function which is periodic, whose Fourier series diverges at a particular point. So we consider this space C per minus pi to pi, which is a set of all 2 pi periodic continuous function with the usual sup norm. That is, by 2 pi periodic, I mean the function value at minus pi and plus pi are same. So this is a complete with a sup norm, and hence it is a Banach space. So for any f in X, we define a Fourier series of f as below. That is, S of X is a infinite sum of an e raised to minus I n x, where here an are Fourier coefficient defined as 1/2 pi integral minus pi to pi f of t e raised to int dt. So this is a Fourier series of a continuous periodic function. Now I will prove this result, which will be used later. So I claim that first denote this, let dnt equal to sine of n plus half t divided by sine t by 2. I claim that integral minus pi to pi mod of dnt dt diverges as n goes to infinity. So here is the proof. It is simple. So we know sine of t by 2, mod of sine of t is less than equal to t for all t. We will use this fact. Integral minus pi to pi mod of dnt is greater than. So here we integral, since dnt is even function, that is dn of minus t is dnt. So instead of integrating from minus pi to pi, we integrate it from 0 to pi. So we get factor of 2 from there, and so denominator sine t by 2 we write instead of t by 2. So what we have is integral minus pi to pi mod of dnt dt is greater than equal to 4 0 to pi mod of sine n plus half t upon t dt. Now we change the variables, that is, we substitute n plus half t. Instead of n plus half t, we substitute t. So here I will change the variable. So we get 4 integral 0 to n plus half pi sine of t dt. I have forgot the n plus half factor in gotten from dt. That's a mistake. Okay. So note that this integral can be written as a 0 to pi, pi to 2 pi, and so on up to n minus 1 pi to pi, and we are neglecting the n pi to n plus half pi. So this is greater than equal to 4 sum k1 to n integral k minus 1 pi to k pi sine mod of sine t upon t dt. Now in the range of k minus 1 pi to k pi, 1 upon t is greater than or equal to k pi. So we use that fact. So this integral is greater than 4 sum 1 to n integral k minus 1 pi to k pi sine t upon k pi dt. Now from every interval k minus pi to k pi, integral over that interval of mod of sine t is 1. So what we have here is so this integral equals to 8 upon pi sum 1 to n 1 upon k. Now this series diverges as n goes to infinity, because this is well-known harmonic series which diverges. So what I have proved is that integral of minus pi to pi mod of d and t diverges as n tends to infinity. So this will be used later. Okay. Now I claim that a partial Fourier series can be written in this form. That is, Snx can be written as 1 upon 2 pi integral minus pi to pi f of x plus u dnu du, where dnu is sine u n plus half u upon sine u by 2. So we will prove this result. So consider a partial sum, that is a partial Fourier sum. So that is n Snx sum minus n to n 1 upon 2 pi. Fourier coefficient is minus pi to pi f of t e raised to minus nt dt and e raised to I kx. Right. So 1 upon 2 pi is a constant. We can take this outside of sum, and e raised to minus I kx is also independent. So independent of u. So we can take e raised to minus I kx inside the integral. So what we get is this equal to 1 upon 2 pi sum minus n to n integral minus pi to pi f of t e raised to minus I k t minus u dt. Now I'll substitute u for t minus x. Now note that limit of the integral changes, but since f is assumed to be periodic, it doesn't matter. The limit of integral stays minus pi to pi. So what we get is 1 upon 2 pi integral minus pi to pi f of x plus u sum minus n to n. Here I have changed the summation. Here I have take the summation inside the integral. This can be done because this is a finite sum. So yeah, so sum minus n to n e raised to minus ikx du. Sorry, minus ikU du. So here we can substitute sum e raised to minus ikU as a dnu. So not the dnu is a sum minus n to n e raised to minus IKU e raised to minus KUI. Now this is a geometric sum. This turns out to be sine of n plus half u upon sine u by 2. So we have proved that partial sum can be written in this form. Okay. Now consider linear operators.
Would it be
Hello?
wait, would it be possible to like, zoom into this? Like, not very clear.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So this is what you want to see.
So would it be possible to show this
Zoom
like
it.
enlarge this?
Okay.
It's too small.
Actually, I don't have laptop. I'm using mobile. That's why.
Yeah.
So is it visible now? So what I have proved is a partial Fourier sum can be written in this form. So if f is a function, its partial Fourier sum is can be written in this form. That is 1 upon 2 pi minus pi to pi f of x plus u dnu du, where dnu is this sine n plus half u sine u by 2. Okay.
Rotating the screen might help because right now, like zooming in and zooming out, we can't see.
Okay. Right. So it's okay now, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I have proved is, given any continuous periodic function, its partial sum, its partial Fourier sum can be written in this form. That is Snx is equal to 1 upon 2 pi integral minus pi to pi f of x plus u dn u du. Now consider this function space, that is a periodic continuous function, and define operator on it. So we define operator phi n from V to R as take a function, find it partial Fourier series and evaluate at 0. Okay. So this is how phi n is defined. So f goes to 1/2 pi integral minus pi to pi f of t plus 0. So here u is 0. We are evaluating partial sum at 0. Okay. So f of t dnt dt. Now I claim that this operator phi n is bounded and its norm is 1/2 pi integral minus pi to pi mod of dnt dt. Okay. So note that mod of phi n of f is equal to 1/2 pi mod of minus pi to pi definition of phi n, right? F of t dnt dt. Now this integral is less than equal to 1/2 pi. We can take mod inside minus pi to pi f of t mod of f of t mod of dnt dt. Now since mod of ft is less than equal to its norm, sup norm, so we can take the sup norm. So this integral is less than equal to 1/2 pi sup norm of f integral minus pi to pi dnt dt. So what we proved this. So mod of fn phi n f is less than equal to 1/2 pi sup norm of f integral minus pi to pi mod of dnt dt. So by definition of norm of operator, this implies norm of phi n is less than equal to 1/2 pi integral minus pi to pi mod of dnt dt. But we wanted to show the this quantity norm of this operator is equal to this integral. So for that, what we will do, find a sequence of functions in our function space for which the phi n fn converges to this quantity, that is 1/2 pi integral minus pi to pi dnt dt. So we'll find the sequence of function. Before that, define en equal to dn inverse this set 0 to infinity. This is closed. So what is en? En is nothing but all those point t for which dnt is greater than equal to 0. Now define a function fmt. This function is defined as 1 minus m d. Here d is a distance of a point from a closed set. So 1 minus m d t comma en upon 1 plus m d t comma en. So note that this function is continuous because our distance function is continuous. But before that, what I have proved is till now is that this function fmt is continuous. I want to prove that this is a periodic. So note that for that dn is even function. So by definition of en, since dn is a even function, en is a symmetric about 0. Okay. Now since en is symmetric about 0, we can conclude that fm the value of function fm at pi and minus pi are same. Is it okay till now? Okay. Now, by definition of this function, so we prove that this function is continuous and periodic, right? Now, note that the sup norm of this function is less than equal to 1 by definition, by its how it's defined. And if t is in En, then distance of t from En will be 0. So this f of t will be 1 when t is in En. So we can say that fmt converges to 1 if t is in En. Now, if t is not in En, then note that then if t is not in En, then fmt converges to -1. This is because the coefficient of m, which is going to infinity, is -1. So mod of fmt converges to 1 as m goes to infinity. So sequence of function fm converges to constant function 1, and it is bounded above by some integrable function. So by Lemech dominated convergence theorem, we have this result, that is limit of 1/2 pi integral minus pi to pi mod of fmt dnt dt. So we can limit can go inside, that is this thing will be 1/2 pi minus pi to pi dnt dt. So we found a sequence of function in our function space for which the so we found a sequence of functions for which phi n for a particular n, phi n fm converges to this integral, that is 1/2 pi minus pi to pi mod of dnt dt. So this implies norm of phi n is actually 1/2 pi integral minus pi to pi mod of dnt dt. Now note that in earlier we had proved that this integral diverges to infinity as n goes to infinity. So we will apply now uniform boundedness theorem. So in this case, uniform boundedness theorem says that if x is this function space that is periodic minus pi to pi, which is a Banach space. So if supremum of this phi n f is bounded for all point function f in x, that is this operator r pointwise bounded, then by uniform boundedness theorem one can conclude that norm of all these operators are bounded. But this is not the case, because we know that norm of this operator phi n diverges to infinity as n goes to infinity. So there must exist at least one element f in x for which phi n of f diverges to infinity. So what was the definition of phi n of f? It was a nth partial Fourier sum of function f evaluated at 0. So this implies that so we found a function for which phi n of f diverges. So this implies Fourier series of this continuous 2 pi periodic function its Fourier series diverges at point 0. Okay.
Yes. Yes, it's good. That's
So
all.
can I stop sharing now, sir?
Yeah, it's done.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Well done. Okay, so shall we meet tomorrow?
Sir,
Yeah.
when is the assignment due on Sunday?
I will. Yeah, I didn't post it in Moodle. I will do it today.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks for reminding. Bye.
Sir,